importance of Lee and Young in the lineup today?
Coach's decision and the best decision for them. It's in the plan. It's one of those things where, you know what, we got depth. You know, we get to bring 15 guys on the road, and we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for what's important. And you know what, we had some guys that step in there, and you know, we give a number 3 guy in the country everything he can handle with our number 2 guy, and you know, Perez was right there with the number 1 guy in the country for 5 minutes. We got to hold up, and that's a lesson to everybody in that wrestling room, that we got to hold up when you get your opportunity. You never know what's going to happen when you stay in there and fight. So there's no explanation. It's just a decision we made.
When you decide that you're going to make that decision?
It was in the plans. I mean, it's something that, you know, as coaches, we're talking about all the time on these, you know, these dual meets. This is an important time of year to build and to get momentum and to put yourself in the best possible place for rankings and those types of things. But it's also, especially with our wrestling room depth, we have a luxury that maybe some teams don't have as much. And it's very, very important that we do the right thing for our individuals.
Speaking of depth, Keegan Shaw's weekend looked like it was a successful one. How would you assess the way he went?
And the Illinois match was a big debut for him. I was very excited and fired up for him. And then, you know, today's business for me and him. This is a good wrestler. I've been watching Johnny Sebastian for a long time. And this is a good wrestler. We beat a good wrestler out there. So that's more business for me. You know what? You get an opportunity. I told the radio, you get an opportunity, you know, and you're 40 years from now and your grandkids are sitting on your legs, you're not saying that I shoveled you know what in Louisiana. I grabbed the guy and I put him down hard. I made the most of it. I made a difference. That's my story, and he's making that story that way. And you know what? That's an old Patton saying. But you know what? When you get an opportunity, make a difference, you make a difference.
But he made that spot moving forward?
Proud of him. He's big, he's strong, yeah. I mean, heck yeah. I mean, we want guys that want to be in there. He wants to be in there. You know, his grandparents didn't miss a doggone meet, or maybe even his parents, but I know Frank and Becky Smith, they didn't miss a meet for 4 or 5 years when he was in 8th grade all the way through high school at Southeast Polk. And I'll tell you what, when they got a little Fernie whispering in their ear that he might be in that lineup, they drove all the way to Champaign, Illinois. And they were in Champaign and they were Evanston. And you know what? He's the nephew of Jessamine Smith, esteemed alum and All-American for the University of Iowa. And that's a legacy for me, and that's very important to me. I couldn't be more fired up for John Keegan Shaw.
Hey Tom, how about the Hawkeyes on top today? That kind of 8 minutes of riding time that doesn't include Lugo's ride-out sudden victory?
Yes, Lugo's ride-out sudden victory is the emphasis in the exclamation mark, even though it doesn't count in that time. But you look at Warner, you know, rode the entire third to win that match. You look at Stoll, 2 periods on top, and is doing some good work where the guy's flat, getting stall calls and then turning him over at the end there. And, you know, the guy went injury time. But, you know what, good dominating performance on top, and it made a difference in those matches. The concern is, and what I told the radio is, we got to score takedowns in that first period. Mirren, Lugo, Young, Glosser, you know, they need to look at Marinelli, they need to look at Spencer Lee, and they need to see how that first period is wrestled. Because, you know, we could score a lot of points that first period. Then the riding time in the top wrestling really goes in your favor.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.